What? You laughing at my thumb?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. VSC. 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 Woo!
Good morning.
I'm coming. Good morning.
Welcome to the most dangerous show of the week.
The Sun Dragon Sideshow VSC Virtual Shopping Channel Edition. And we kind of mulled over, should we even do this week? Because if you're a regular watcher, you know that we're having a sale for 2 weeks where you can save 25% on everything. And what's the code for that again?
Sideshow 500.
Yeah, if you watched all the way through last episode, we're just giving it to you at the beginning this time. But I could have made it wait, but I didn't because I'm spontaneous. But this is to talk about some things that have to do with these yarns specifically. And for people who don't watch us on YouTube, they can still save money by finding out about this on our website, maybe social media, that kind of stuff. Anyway, but there's another way to save money today. Disclaimer. You can only use one discount, either at the shop or online. You can't combine them. So pick the one that's going to save you the most money. Right now, that is Sideshow 500, 25%. However, not everyone knows about that because not everyone watches the show. So tell them about the show and tell them if they watch, they can save money. Anyway, hi. The other way to save money, I'm going to hang on to for a second. I'm Rebecca. I'm squirreling. Stick with me. Owner of Sun Dragon Art and Fiber in downtown Brevard, North Carolina.
Liz, I'm the minion there.
It's her birthday today. Unintentionally, I almost match you because I wore my bright green shirt. That's funny. Now, is this a new dress?
This is the one I was pinning last night.
That's what I thought. Okay, she has made herself a birthday dress. Happy birthday!
It was going to be an Easter dress, but you know.
Easter came early this year. That's Easter's fault.
Well, Easter came early and, you know, we didn't go anywhere. We watched church online because, you know, there's a pandemic going on.
And you're here. You can show up a dress.
So,
Yay.
yeah.
So here's the other sale we're having, which, you know, you guys watching already have a sale value that's greater than this. But social media, we decided so in case you didn't know, we have a birthday discount. We used to publicize this a lot, but with the pandemic, it's kind of hard to. You can save 20% off one time a year by using your birthday discount. And it doesn't have to be on your birthday because some people are not in town or able to contact us on their birthday. And they get all panicky about, but once a year. Just use it once a year.
We to keep track of this.
We do take notes.
We put a note in there that you've used it for that calendar year.
Yeah, but guess what? Today
you get to use mine.
You get to use hers. She's giving it to all of you. Which again, there are concurrent sales running, so there's ways to save more money than using her discount. But you could show her some love by using her discount instead. Or you could tell someone else.
Yeah. If you don't want to, you know, be an uber generous friend, you could just say, hey, so Sun Dragon's having a Minion's birthday sale and save the 25% for you. But, you know.
Or you can tell a friend, hey, check, or a random acquaintance or someone you run into in the grocery store socially distant. Hey, check social media. Sun Dragon's having a sale. They will still save 20%. That's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Save the 25% for the loyal watchers. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to be picky if someone uses the 25% and I'm like, do you really watch the show? No, I'm not going to say that. So anyway, the code for her birthday sale is Minion B Day. MINION BDAY. I can't spell out loud at all. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. Minion B Day. Okay.
Yeah.
No spaces, no S's, no possessives, no, just we're simplifying life, which is complicating life. Minion B Day.
When we were discussing doing a Minion B Day sale, we did not realize that, well, we knew local yarn shop day was coming.
And it might kind of like, this sale's today. Yeah. The local yarn shop sale starts on Friday.
And we It wasn't that we didn't have faith that y'all would get us to 500 subscribers.
We had a suspicion.
We had a suspicion. We just didn't think it would all happen on the same week.
We suddenly, I think over the weekend, I was like, this is all going to happen at once.
Yeah.
And oh well, because it's hard to spread out sales when like it's a fixed date. And local yarn store day is a fixed date. Yep. So, anyway, my watch is telling me to breathe again. Huh?
What?
Imagine me not breathing while I'm talking nonstop on YouTube.
Okay. Not a thing.
So yay, fun things. And the last disclaimer before we start talking about this, we never found that quinoa shawl, did we?
No, I did not.
I could go look, but the last thing before we start talking about the yarns in front of us is my lovely Irish shawl, which I'm wearing, which I have not woven in the ends on still. I meant to do that last night. It didn't happen. Not part of the 15% off sale this week.
Just a public service
announcement. We are out of this color combo. And any color combo that uses the Glacier Bay, which is the neutral of the Cumulus Rainbow, because the Glacier Bay is back ordered. And someone scarfed up this one, shout out to Michelle, overnight. And we already sold at least 2 with that, not with the yellow, but with this glorious like light green called Praying Mantis that we have. Who knew that this would be the most popular? I picked this one because I'm like, it's neutral. It needs help because everyone loves the bright colors, but apparently people love the neutral.
That one, well, it's funny because it's that one and the Lotus Flower, which is a pastel one, have been like the most popular kits.
Yes, and hang on. So we have 3 skeins of this one left, which can pair with various colors. I've ordered more of this. I have ordered the neutral in here, but it's back ordered. We can't get it in right away. So
the Lotus Flower is coming back in.
Lotus Flower is coming back in. There's still some available if you need it right now, but it should be coming back in. But this one, the neutral, hold your horses. If they ever get it back in, we'll get it. But usually with back ordered yarn, it's indefinite. We don't know. It could randomly come in next week. It could come in 5 months. And with COVID, that just throws everything into a tailspin. On top of that, we do have some new colors of the rainbow coming. So look for that. If you're like, I'm not sure, I don't know which one I want to do, hang on. We could be making some new kits in a week or 2. Or make another one. What? This one?
Yeah.
Or make another one because like we had a knitter last night who during knit night finished one of the sections of this. So it's easy. It's relatively speaking fast. If you're when people ask how long does it take to make a shawl or how long does it take to make X, Y, or Z?
It really depends
on so many factors.
Like how long are you actually knitting per day?
What time do you have to knit? How fast do you knit?
Yeah.
Because not everyone knits at the same speed, and that's okay. It's not like
how many stitches are involved.
Yeah, how many people are like, but I'm a slow knitter. It's like, no, you're slow relative to someone else. You knit. That's fine. I'm considered a relatively fast knitter, but that doesn't mean I'm the example everyone should hold themselves to. I also have like so many projects on needles. I get this much done on a project in a week sometimes, unless I sit down and only work on that project. So to ask, well, how long will it take to make that? I don't know. I can't tell you. I don't want to be wrong and have you mad at me. Anyway, I digress.
It's one of those that it starts small and it ends with what, 100 and something stitches?
Yeah, I know it's over 110 or so, maybe 120 ish.
So it's a relatively in the world of shawls. It's a relatively shorter ending.
Yeah, it's not like a shawlette per se, but it's not like a massive shawl.
Yeah. So it is doable.
Liz was complaining, but you're making it so much further and I'm still in the last row of my papillon. The last row of her papillon is like not counting
60 stitches.
Not counting the little lacy bind off, but it's 4 times as wide as this one. I don't consider that an equal comparison.
You can go across yours 4 times and I'm still going across a row.
You're so fast. No, not really. Your rows are a lot longer.
Oh my,
anyway,
yeah.
So.
And then there's life, and we all have to eat. We all have to sleep.
Sometimes it will take a lot longer than you think, and that's life. So, anyway, which one do we want to talk about first? We have 2 yarns today. They both are cotton yarns to stick with our, we're not going to always be doing cotton and plant blends in spring, but we're kind of on a roll the past few weeks. So they have cotton or a cotton blend. And here's the kicker on both of these. They have both been discontinued, which means what we have is what we have. Get it while we have it. Use your 25%, your 20%, your 15% discount. Use one of them, but we can't get you more if you don't have enough for a project on here. So look at what we have in stock and say, this is enough for a top. This is enough for a shawl. Get it.
We also really like these yarns for different reasons. So we're not going to immediately throw them into the sale bin.
Yeah. It's not like, oh, they're discontinued. Boop. It's we want to give you a chance to get a discount on them, which they would in the sale bin too. To get a discount on them, but to cherish them for what they are, because they're both fun.
Well, and we could start with the splash. Okay. We've had several people come in with ribbon yarn, wanting to pair something to go with their ribbon yarn.
Yeah, and we only have so much novelty yarn in the shop, and this is the closest we have to our ribbon yarn.
Yeah, and it pairs beautifully with like anything you use it with.
Lang is our fancy yarn.
It looks gorgeous by itself, but it pairs really well with some of the novelty yarns as well.
Yes. It is essentially a chainette, which tends to fall pretty flat. So it's like a ribbon yarn with these bubbles in it. There's like a little bit of acrylic. Liz will read the stats in a second. Bubbles of color. And see, this is 2 skeins of yarn. This is the simplest thing. When we came out, there were these like, make a top out of it. It took a lot of yarn. And these are, good $20 or so a skein. This is 2 skeins of simple stockinette knitting. This is the cool, it's called Splash. And this is the cool thing about it is the bubbles get further away, like closer together in some parts of the yarn and then further away in other parts. So it's like bubbles of waves, when the waves hit the shore and they kind of foam and things. It's like, oh. And the first set of yarn that came out was all white-ish with bubbles of color, but hints of that color in the background of the yarn. And then they came out with cool colors, and we got a few of those in, which we'll show off too. And now it's gone. But, this is very elegant and simple and easy. And again, Liz is waiting to read the stats. But last thing I'll say before she does that is my adage of busy yarn. This is a busy yarn, simple pattern. Simple yarn, busy pattern. So like something stockinette in this, something like I wouldn't do something with a seriously crazy stitch pattern because just let the yarn show off. Just, it's cool. Even the purl side, it's kind of cool.
It's going to curl in stockinette.
Yeah, stockinette. Even this has an edging on it, but the edging doesn't keep this flat. But I mean, you can
it
do
looks
things to make it flat, but
cool.
Even just like this,
spooled up around.
I was doing a repetitive all over busy lacework pattern with this fun color, which we'll talk about in a second. And I had made it so wide, it was going to take forever. It was like 80 stitches wide. So I ripped it out. And since it looks like this, we won't be selling this one. I should check inventory to make sure this hasn't been taken out, that it is. But I'm probably going to, make something fun with this week just because we want to love this yarn while we still have it. So go ahead.
It is 77% cotton and 23% acrylic. It is.
I think the acrylic is the little slubs bubbles of color.
Yeah.
Mostly cotton.
It is machine washable, although they're recommending don't dry it, lay flat to dry, but it is machine washable. They're recommending a 4.5 millimeter needle. It is, let me see where it is. This one is so difficult because I can't ever remember where the yardage is on these.
I'm sorry, I'm looking for the quinoa and I can't find it. Our quinoa sample. 250 meter. No, that's this one. Yeah, this one. It's in the bottom.
Oh, no, it's underneath.
It's under the price tag on some of them. It's 250 meters.
250 meters.
That's like 275.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. For the scarf Rebecca's wearing, it took 2. So, it's a fun yarn. I'm going to show off colors while Rebecca's looking. And just so everybody knows, we are retailing it for $21.75 a ball.
It's 25% off if you use the Sun Dragon code.
Yep. If you use Sideshow 500, it's 25% off. If you use Minion B-Day, it's 20% off. If you use Product of the Week, it's 15% off. So, we have, these two are the same, but just to show you bubbles. This one is pink and white, and there's like purple and like a salmony and bubbles.
I don't think I'm gonna find the quinoa, but
okay. It's so fun. And that is color number 9.
I'm sorry, I made a mess of yourselves.
It's okay. And then we have color number 13, which is like
that one's so pretty.
Green.
I think spring and Easter with this one.
Yeah, with pinks and orange and purples and yellows. And
this is the one I want to make a textured scarf out of. Scarves and shawls are really fun. You can make a whole top out of this, but it's going to take like 6 or more, and we may not have that. The drape is fabulous.
This is one of the first colors.
That's this one.
Blue and green and yellow.
You see blue?
You know, it's a bluey gray.
It's like a dark, I call it like a deep forest green. It might be a little tealy. Yeah. We're going to color correct the photo for this. I tried that yesterday. I tweaked the warmth on the video after we filmed. So we didn't have to go, well, it's like this, but it's different. But we're going to try to correct it a little.
It's color number 16.
I will mention, if Liz didn't already, you might notice some of these are a little disheveled. They don't stay in the ball very well. It does not mean anything is wrong with the yarn. If you order this and you're like, but wait, it's not in a perfect ball, that can happen just sitting on the shelf. It gets a little crazy. So that's one of the new ones.
Color 109.
This one's gorgeous.
It's a pink base with orange and pink
like
and red and yellow.
Coral.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really, really pretty. If you like neutrals, did you do this one yet?
I have not.
Okay. If you like neutrals, this is one of the original bases, kind of a white creamy with white and 2 different shades, like grays and black in it. And I mean, this is an example of the little dots are further apart. They're closer together, depending on the skein.
And in the skein, they'll go further apart.
Yes, they will. Yeah, like this. So this was our most popular color of the first batch. It's got blues in it. You can see further apart and closer together. Blues and purples, and that tealy, well, like the tealy green in there. It's kind of a tealy. It might be the same color, actually. It's like a tealy bluey green. They're under the chainette, the really fine cotton chainette. So that will distort the color a little bit.
Bubbles. What color number is that?
Oh, sorry. 6. I forgot Liz is doing her job over here where I was hunting for a shawl sample that I don't know where it is anymore. Are you letting me do the rest?
You can.
This is another one of the new ones. Black. With like
rainbow,
not quite neon, but pastel, bright. I see orange and blue and yellow, but yellow when mixed with the black looks almost green.
Yeah.
And pink. Very cool.
Color number.
She's making me work, people. Color 4. And then this one it's just funky and different because
reds and grays.
It's blacks and corals, I would call it. Corals and pinks. Liz and I have a difference of opinion on what some of these colors are, but that's okay.
It's hard to see the color of the bubbles because they're surrounded by the
So you might disagree with our choices of words too, but it's just really fun. And like I said, I may try this again. I was doing it was the lace scarf where it's the same row. It's like knit 2, yarn over knit two together, but like something like that, but you do it every row and you just get this funky texture. Really easy, but you need to keep track of where you are. I've had people who've done it, and then if they get off, they're like, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so I will try that again. But excuse me. The other yarn that we Splash has been discontinued for a little while, but we were like, let's do something about this because we have this wonderful yarn and we wanted to find a good home. So it's product of the week this week. Buy it up. Help it find a good home before I have to make something out of it. So, Quinoa is the other yarn we just found out about. And this is going to ring over here. I'm going to move it away a little bit. Quinoa is the yarn that we just found out about. And that it's discontinued, which is sad. There's been some colors we haven't been able to get back in. When it came in, it's this really cool textured. Is it 100% cotton?
It is.
No, it's got a little bit of nylon in
9% nylon.
Okay, hang on to the stats because let's let the phone stop ringing. I'm gonna we brought it in because it was cotton, but it was textured and fun and different. And I'm gonna see if I can let's see. It's from Berroco. It's wonderful. And everybody calls it by different names. So it's Quinoa, like the grain, quinoa. But people say quinoa. People say all kinds of funny things. Which it's like there's an ad on TV now that's like Joaquin. No. Thick and thin cotton is wrapped up with a nylon binder to create a slightly pebbled texture. Is the description here. Let's read the stats now.
Okay. It is 91% cotton, 9% nylon. You get 175 yards or 160 meters. They're recommending a 4 to a 4.5 millimeter needle.
We put it in the DK section.
Yes, they're calling it a lightweight DK, and they're also recommending an H hook. So I used it as my contrast color on my papillon that I made for my sister with the other. It's textured. It's just I like it.
Here's a picture of how the texture can look in knitting. Like you get the little slubs that just come out. Again, I would pick a simple pattern or something that didn't have a whole lot of fancy stitch work in it to just let the texture of the yarn go plop.
The texture is fun. Really cool.
It's I might have the one papillon I have on needle still. This is the contrast in it because I was making it out of cotton. But the contrast are such thin little lines. It doesn't really show off the texture of the yarn super well. That's why I'm buried in my phone at the moment. I'm looking for we had a shawl that was a sample in the green in this color. So pretty. That's better for you guys. That showed off the texture, but the shawl itself had some lace work in it, and honestly didn't show it off as well. You couldn't see all the work that went into the textured stitch pattern. If you look up online on Ravelry quinoa, you'll find all kinds of things people have made out of it. I really do think that something simple. This picture is so small, the texture is not going to show up. But something simple is really going to this one's better. Show off the texture. Like this one, I think is reverse stockinette. And then you see the little slubs a whole lot more. It's fun.
It is a thick thin. So you will get thicker parts and thinner parts, and that's probably
that's okay.
Yeah. We have a fantastic
lovely sets of lovely range of colors, but some of it we may only have a couple of skeins left. But these are little 50-gram balls. I would say maybe 3 of them could start to get you an okay shawl size. What?
These just have color numbers. I know they have color names.
They might have names online. I'll look up. I might
somewhere, but I'm gonna just hold them up to the camera for.
If you have questions about colors, let us know. But
This is our black dark gray. Actually, this one is called lavender in the book, and I only know that because somebody went,
"That's lavender."
It would be great if you had a lavender.
It's really gray, but it's like it does. If you think hard about it,
you can see the purple.
It looks like there's okay, hang on before you put that away. 101, you said that one?
101.
Sesame seeds.
Sesame seeds is the light.
What was that one's the lavender, right?
That one is
1016.
60. Yep. Lavender.
What's that one?
70. 1070.
1070. Cracked pepper.
Cracked pepper
is our dark gray.
It's an off black, dark gray.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't call it charcoal because charcoal doesn't exist in these yarns, but it's a dark gray.
1034 is black, I think, but it'll probably have a different
called
name.
Black bean.
Black bean.
Some of these they're trying to be cute and have names that are kind of grainy as well, but not really.
In the other end of the neutrals, the browner end, we have 1002.
1002 is basmati. That's our cream color, basically.
It's a cream. And then we have a light brown, and it is 1003.
Mushroom.
It looks mushroomy.
It's a beigey mushroom. Yeah, it's like, think about mushroom caps.
And then we have a nice goldy color.
Oh, that gold one's lovely. What's that?
1044.
1044 is called Millet. It's like almost a grello. Almost. It's a deep gold. With some of them have like the binding twisty part has a little strands of black that go through it, and some of them don't. Some of them have more of a cream or a color that matches the color that it is. So the neutrals did that, but that one had the gold with black, with little hints of black in it.
This one is not blue, not neutral, not green. It is 1042.
1042 is berry. And that one has a coordinating color for the little nylon texture that keeps it together. Then, that one's like this lovely rosy pink.
Yeah.
It's deep rose. I like it.
This one does not have... Oh.
That's the green that's awesome.
Doesn't have a sticker on it. 1040.
Fennel. We'll make sure they have stickers when we send them to you or sell them to you.
That one is the green, and we have a teal.
The green has a little bit of black. That olivey green has a little bit of black running through it.
1056.
1056 leaf. Tealy green.
It's a tealy green.
Does that have a coordinating color or black? I think that's a coordinating color. I don't really see.
Color.
Yeah, that doesn't have the little black elastic in it.
And now we're to the blues. We have a light blue, which is 1017.
1017 sky makes sense. It's very, very light blue, right? Mm-hmm. And that one's got a coordinating nylon in it.
This is 1023. It's got the black.
Aqua with the black elastic in it. It's not really a bright aqua color, but it's more of a robin's egg blue kind of ish. Ooh, that's one of my favorites.
This one has a coordinating but darker coordinating, almost the tealy color. Mm-hmm. It is 1012.
Mint. I guess that's a minty green. It's kind of between a mint and a seafoam.
Yeah.
Is what I would call it. Yeah, it's very pretty.
And then we have blue.
These are also, by the way, yarns that may not keep their shape particularly perfectly in the skein, but they're still great.
1063.
1060
has blueberry listed on it.
It actually says blueberry. Look at that. It is blueberry.
It is blue.
It's like a classic blue. Mm-hmm. Not quite a royal blue, not quite that intense, but anyway. They're lovely.
It's fun.
If you want texture and fun, this week is it. And what we have in stock is what we have. So use the discount of your choice and get something fun out of it. And then, hey, why not? I'm going to throw in as a kicker on top of this. We got likey needles in indigo in only one length. I don't have them here. I'm throwing this up as here. Let me go run and grab one real quick. But likey needles. Lovely birchwood, with a really nice varnish on them. So I like to describe them as the warmth of wood in your hands. They're not cold, but they're almost as slick as metal. Not quite as sharp a point because that's hard to do with wood. But for what they are, they're pretty cool. And we've had the driftwood, which is kind of a warm gray. But my favorite interchangeable set are the indigo blue ones. They're so pretty. And a lot of it is out of stock and hard to get right now. But they came out with a fixed sets of, or just fixed needles, which means the tips don't come off, in the indigo. And we are trying them out. So we only ordered one size. We ordered the 40-inch. Hang on.
They for shops to, you know, stock up, they were like, hey, for this price, we'll get you 3 of every size in one length. So it's not like the full, you got to do 16, 24, 32, or 40. Pick one. And anyway, so we decided to get the 40 to start off with.
We're going to stock up as we go. It's expensive to try to bring in, like, it's probably, you know, about 12 or 13 different size needles in one length, 3 of each. And then we've got 40, 32, 24, and 16. So, you know, let's say, even if we took it to an easy number of 10, which we have a lot more than 10 sizes of needles, times 3, 30. And then you times 4, so that's 120 sets of needles to bring in. We're going to do it a piece at a time. But look how pretty they are. And what I want to point out, it might be hard to see on camera, is the tips. There'll be different shades of blue because that's kind of the effect of them. The tips are blue. The connectors are black. They've always been black that way. But then the cords are blue on this. I think that's fun. The interchangeable set, all the cords are black. Well, they came out with a blush set recently, which is like hot pink. We have not moved in that direction yet. But usually the cords are all black. These have blue cords. If blue has a fond place in your heart, these are fun. So if you're looking to invest in 40-inch fixed circular needles anytime in the near future, we will list these under our products of the week for this week, just, you know, to highlight them, to say, yay, 40 inch is the longest size that we carry, the longest. These cords feel nice compared to, like, feel that it's a little, they feel a little nicer than the regular black cords. And taking it out of the package, this is not as much memory as usually.
Normally there's more memory.
Normally they're really spirally. So these are not memory free, but there's a lot less memory. See how spirally that is? Usually it's even more spirally than that. These are a little softer. It could be my imagination. It might not be every set of needles. These are 10s I just took out of the package. They feel a little softer to me. But I don't know if it's going to show up on camera so well because of our lighting, but those are blue. How cute is that?
They're blue. I like it.
It's so cute. Makes me want to knit with them. But this is the longest, 40 inches from tip to tip is the longest we carry in stock. I think that's wonderful if you're doing flat knitting on like really long shawls. You can jam so many stitches onto here. This doesn't work for hats unless you want to do a like magic loop or something fun.
I can jam all 20 or 1025 stitches on the bind off row of the Papillon with the moth version on about half of a 40-inch cord. They're all jammed on there. But, you know, Rebecca, for her, she generally gets a bigger cord just for pictures.
For photos, but we don't carry that in the shop. I have to Frankenstein it with a cord and tips. If we get enough interest in these, we will bring them in other sizes, or we can order them for you potentially in other sizes, because I think this is one of the few things of Likey that Knitting Fever actually has in stock right now. There are some things that we love with Knitting Fever and Likey's that are not in stock, and we don't know when they'll be back in stock. Production issues, shipping issues,
pandemic.
Yes. Anyway, so we should go, because someone called. We're going to check that message and see what's going on. And we need to open up the shop at 10. And if you want to come by and use Liz's birthday discount or the sideshow discount, remember, we will help you outside if you do not have an appointment, but it's really easy to sign up to come in. We will have afternoon appointments today. So sundragonartandfiber.com, really easy to sign up to come in. Then you know all of our protocols to come in, and you can tell us what you're looking for so we can make your shopping experience effective. So, because the whole coming in and fondling all the yarn and being inspired and hanging out all day, we're not there right now, and we won't be. That's so 2019.
We're still practicing the Swiss cheese model. the more
layers of protection,
even though not all the protections are 100%, they have holes.
The more you use,
put enough layers in there, you can't see straight through a hole.
Mask, social distancing, vaccinations when you get them, but that doesn't make these guys go, oh, sorry.
Make the other guys go away. We also...
You take the other ones away. What are you left with? Oh, fingers. Not good.
For me.
Hand sanitizing, hand washing, all of that.
We still cleaning surfaces. We're trying to cut down the amount of time people are in.
Yes, because all of those are still good things to do to make sure all of that is keeping transmission from progressing with this virus. Because we're nowhere near herd immunity with vaccinations and those types of things. And that's when I might start to worry a little less about someone getting COVID from our shop. That's the whole point. Because not something you want to have. Anyway, so
not something we want to have anyway.
Well, we're working on our vaccinations too, but even when we are both fully vaccinated, that doesn't mean suddenly this becomes a free zone of whatever the heck you want to do. No, you're still following all the other layers of Swiss cheese. They don't go away. So, wrapping up with schedule stuff that we might have not mentioned yesterday because we ran out of time. Shocker. So today was our most dangerous show of the week. Tomorrow is going to be Dear Becky and Lizzie. We do have a question that came to me that I forwarded to her because it will get lost in my email. We might expound upon other things. If you want to give us other topics to talk about that you'd like to hear us ramble about and maybe learn something, at least from our perspective of experience, we are not the be all and end all of knitting and crocheting. Email
me, Liz, at sundragonartandfiber.com.
And you can throw in a happy birthday too. So, or you can write us if you want us to read it some future week. And that is Dear Becky and Lizzie, Sundragon Art and Fiber, 35 South Broad Street, Brevard, North Carolina, 28712.
Friday night, normal knit night.
6 to 9 p.m. Eastern time for the U.S. zones.
The shop phone number is our code to get in. It is 828-877-3550.
Hey! You can also use that code because this Saturday is our monthly virtual sit and stitch from 1 to 5 p.m. We always say, come when you can, leave when you have to. You can join us on Zoom if you want to say hi and actually see other people and talk to them. And same phone number, 828-877-3550. I'll let you in when I notice because I will also be manning the camera for Facebook Live is the other way to hang out with us, to kind of stick your toes in the water, or if you have connectivity issues with Zoom, or if you just want to see what it's all about or hang out with us that way because it's easier. So that you just have to go to our channel, our Facebook page, and it should be there. I always set up an event every month towards the next month, but when I hit Facebook Live, I have no idea. Like I don't activate it through the event because last time I did that, I wasn't able to see people's comments. It got really weird. So I like to see people's comments and verbally respond to them. I'd love to be able to type to them, but it's on my phone and then it's not going to work. So
life.
Facebook Live goes on my phone. Zoom is on my computer.
I'm on Zoom because we're not sitting in the same room for 4 hours.
Even after we're vaccinated, we may or may not be doing that. We'll see. We'll see what we feel comfortable with. But what that means is I forget what I was going to say now. There was a thing that meant. It's been a month / year and a half, if you're going to watch on Facebook Live, you see me and you hear Zoom. I'm not putting Zoom people on Facebook Live because that's an invasion of privacy, I feel. If you choose to engage in Zoom, you get to see other people on Zoom. Facebook Live gets recorded or republished for posterity, basically. And so you just get to see me and hear all the other people. So
we're all not quiet on Zoom.
If you want to see more than just me, I mean, if my lovely mug is enough for you, great. If you want to actually see other people for not physical connection, but for connection, I'll get this right sometime. Go to Zoom. So, but the kicker is that is happening on local yarn store day. So we are not going to be open for local yarn store day, but we're still in the mode of not wanting to encourage crowds. Like in the past, local yarn store day meant crazy tons of people in the shop. And that was at the small shop. So, oh my gosh, it was just, you know, like the little things on a raspberry, like blah, 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 blah. Kurt Vonnegut used that as a descriptor once, but there's a word for it. I can't remember. Anyway, it was crammed. And
it was
we can't do that right now. So, and we already had the Zoom sit and stitch going. So, you know, we're going to have a sale that has to do with local yarn store day. We will tell you about it tomorrow because there are too many sales to take advantage of today. So we're not going to bog you down with more information. I'm done, I think. How are you feeling? Okay, happy birthday to Liz.
I got to the middle of my row and went,
good stopping point?
Oh, wait. What do I, I'm going to just stop.
Because we have other things to do. Happy birthday to Liz. Yeah. Wish her happy birthday in the comments. Send her an email, liz@sundragonartfiber.com. Show her some love. And use your discount if you want to. So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good day. Stay safe. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Like, ding the bell.
Yeah, do all of those things. And we'll see, you know, if our numbers can keep rising. Because, you know, maybe we could have another sale down the road if we keep growing.
Rebecca threw out the number 600. So
I did. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, we'll see. So
we got to 500. I think we can do 600.
I think we can do 600. Anyway, show us some love. Show yourselves some love. Be safe. Take care of yourselves and others safely. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.